Hi, this is Catherine. This is Taking Tea with Catherine, and this is a very special episode of Taking Tea with Catherine because I am doing a tea haul. Yes, okay. I know I do a lot of book hauls. I don't do a whole lot of tea hauls because, first of all, there's just so much I can drink before they get stale. And this is what I've been doing. I've been finishing up a lot of the older teas that I've had recently. I just finished a green tea that I had, and it was delicious still, but I've been trying to clear them out because, again, you have them over a year, they don't necessarily go bad. They just don't retain their full flavor, and so I don't usually go nuts buying too many teas at once. It's different. If you buy too many books at once, there's a book could sit on a shelf for years and probably won't go bad. I'm not saying it won't. There could be things that, happen, mold and whatever, but generally you could think that it's going to be okay, whereas tea is not recommended if you really want to enjoy your tea flavoring. But it's been a while since I've done a tea purchase, aside from the Thai food I bought last month, which was just your standard black breakfast tea, which is just something I like to have as a staple. If I ran out of every other tea at home, and I was like, I have to have just one tea, it would be hard because I would probably want an herbal tea as well. But if I had to choose one actual tea made out of tea leaves, Camellia sinensis, I would pick a breakfast tea because it is the thing that I rely on the most in the morning to wake me up because I can't drink coffee very often. But because I do enjoy variety, I like to have other teas. And I had intended, I know I'm harping on this again, but I intended when I planned to go to London in March, I had intended to go to a couple of tea places and buy a few things. And I know I could buy things in America, but there's just something about the ones in the UK that I really like, and just the shops itself that I like. So I thought, when I'm in the area, visiting a bookshop or taking a walk in the neighborhood, and I see one of my favorite tea areas, tea shops that I like, I'll pop in and get a tea, and I'll bring a few home. I didn't get to go to London this year, and I don't know if I will go back anytime soon. So I figured, can I still order tea? And when I realized that a lot of the tea places were still open online, I said, why not? So I thought I'd catch up on some of the things, and there are 3 companies I order from. I only have 2 arrivals. The third is Harney & Sons, which I love, and I ordered 2 beautiful teas that I will show you when they come. I'll just incorporate it into another video. But these 2 companies, Simpson & Vale and Upton Tea Imports, which sounds just so gravitas, Upton Tea Imports, get it from the Clipper ship, are 2 of my favorites that I've been ordering from for years. Simpson & Vale for probably close to 20 years, almost. And maybe more? Maybe. I don't know. Upton for probably at least a decade, maybe more. No, maybe more. Now I'm remembering something. I've had probably close to 15 years. So I love them both. Used to be in the old days I'd order on the phone, which I'm glad I don't have to do anymore. This is all online. I ordered both of them on Monday. They came 3 days later. Perfect. So I'm going to show you what I have here so far. One of my favorite things that Simpson & Vale does, Simpson & Vale is a lovely company in Connecticut, which isn't that far from me. They do featured things, not that other tea companies don't do this, but this is something I really noticed from them. Right now they're doing national parks, which I don't think I ordered any from because I haven't been to any national parks. Not that that matters, but But that's their current big feature right now. But one of the things they do is author teas. And I don't always just buy it just because I like the writer. Sometimes I want to have the actual tea as well. But I ordered some of these. And I thought I ordered an Edith Wharton, but apparently I did not. That could be for the future. Because I kind of wanted to get authors that I intend to read, so that'll encourage me to pair them up. But, we could play around. I didn't really like Louisa May Alcott's book that I read. books, I guess you could say, because Little Women was, I think, used to be 2 books. Now it's 1. So I like the first one. The second one, not as much. Doesn't mean I hate her, but I really like the tea I got from. That is the Louisa May Alcott green tea with, I think, strawberry flavoring. Really delicious. And I have the Jane Austen tea that I love. I have the Beatrix Potter tea that I love. I think that's an herbal. So, and I like Beatrix Potter anyway, but I mean, I'm not like obsessively reading it, so. Anyway, this is someone, well, 2 out of 3 of which I want to read more of. What are the 3 people that I'm speaking of? The famous weird sisters, the Brontes. Bronte Sisters Black Tea Blend. So I guess they couldn't do an individual one because that would be rude, because they would leave out Anne Bronte. You know they would leave out Anne Bronte. Much as I talk about middle sisters always getting the short end of everything, Anne Bronte always gets it in author life. So this is the Bronte Sisters Black Tea Blend, which has black tea, papaya pieces, raspberry pieces, alfalfa leaves, and marigold petals. Sounds both good and very good for digestion. So I'll let you know. Hopefully I'll read that book that I've been reading and get back to it. Speaking of Anne Bronte. Now, this isn't a poet. And she is one of the most well-known recluses. She can afford to be, but I like her poems a lot. They could be a little sad sometimes, but I still like it. I'm turning my back on you. I have a biography that I got at my favorite place, Book Off, for $1. This is called My Wars Are Laid Away in Books by Alfred Hamburger? Ooh, hamburger would be good right now. Anyway, so, and I feel like I could read her biography without having read every one of her poems because there's no spoilers, right? So I started it when I brought it home from work, you know. $1 at Book Off. Oh, I love you, Book Off. I miss you. Okay. But, I've been wanting to read this for years and just, I don't know, I never got a hold of the book. So it is a book that I want to read sometime, and it would be great to pair it with the tea. So it'd be good if I get on this soon so that it won't go stale on me. But if I don't, at least I could read her poems. I have her poems. Hold on. Okay, I had to like pause because I had to look for this volume, and I kept seeing Edna St. Vincent Millay, who I love, by the way. I wish they would make a tea for her as well. She's like my favorite poet, but this was a volume that I got. It's kind of pretty, for about $2 from the New York Public Library sale that they used to do, and it is her selected poems and letters. I love when they stick letters in there. I love that because it's like more into their life. So I have things to read of hers if I don't even read the biography yet right away. So I think moving on. But you know, books and tea, teas and books, books and tea, and cats. And some dogs too. All right, this is just because I haven't had a sencha in a while in my home. And I am not the hugest, as I've mentioned, the hugest green tea drinker. I am aspiring to be more of a tea drinker, a green tea drinker in the afternoon, because green tea I don't dislike. I just find black tea so comforting. But green tea is better for certain aspects of health, and it's supposed to be good for cholesterol. And I would like to be on top of that, especially the way I've been eating lately. So this is a Japanese sencha green tea, which I've always liked because I always thought it tasted kind of grassy. And that's one of the green teas that I like. When something is described as vegetal, I guess, like kind of like vegetable, I don't always choose that because it just sounds to me like you've cooked vegetables in water and discarded the water and made a tea out of it. Blech. But if someone served it to me, I'd drink it, you know. I'm not that, you know, picky when it comes to green tea. But this is a splendid tea, it's called, with a subtle mixture of sweetness, bitterness, and fresh green scent. This just sounds nice, right? So I've got my green tea, and this is Spring Blossom green tea, which is a flavored green tea, because sometimes the best way for me to enjoy green tea is to put some flavors. I know the purists will be like, oh, you should enjoy it. And I can, but guess what? you like what you like. Green tea, rose petals, which I like. Mallow blossoms, safflower, marigold petals, and flavoring. I don't know what the flavoring is, but I'm sure I will like it. Then it's springtime, so, you know. Okay, and this was given as a sample. I love when they give you samples, by the way. This is Rocky Mountains National Park tea. So I did get a National Park tea. I just didn't order one. And this, I know I keep showing it to you like it's going to look different. This is black teas, raspberry leaf, raspberry flavor, sage leaf, and raspberry pieces. It's a lot of raspberry. I don't dislike raspberry, though. I wish I had some raspberry jam so I can make it with a scone. I got the ingredients to make the clotted cream. Will I? We'll see. I'm lazy. Okay. So let's move on to Upton Tea Imports, and I'm going to start with a bonus sample. And they gave me, they know me, they gave me a CTC Irish breakfast blend. I've been in recent years more into like the English breakfast, the somewhat peppery taste of English breakfast. I don't know how to explain that, but I think I'm going to like this because I do like Irish breakfast as well. I can't wait to try it. Woohoo! So this is one, I mostly got these little ones because again, I don't drink them every day, so these 2 ounce, I think they're 2 ounces, they last me for a number of cups or pots, and that's fine. And then I won't feel overwhelmed like I have so many to drink and then they're gonna go stale on me. So, and also it's just cheaper, because again, I don't need so much tea. But this is Leadenhall Street Blend, which is a street in London. So it's a black tea. So it's a black blend tea. I love black blend teas. I have not been, that I know of, to Leadenhall Street. Last time, my friend and I tried to go to the market and we just didn't make it. And I wanted to because it looks beautiful, but you can't do everything. So this tea will be the only thing I have. The only thing I have. And this is just, again, trying to get more green teas. This is a Silver Sprout green tea, which is all I know about it. It was described a little more in the catalog. But, yeah. Everything, by the way, everything says happy tea drinking in the front. They give you an option to print a message or to give it to somebody as a gift. For years, I would be like, for Zenobia or whatever cat I had, I put their name on the top. Or sometimes I put to Freddie Mercury, which... or to somebody else. But I just thought, you know what, it's just not this time. So Silver Sprout green tea. I'll let you know. Or will I? So I have like some baking matcha at home. Or I think it's called baking quality matcha, which isn't the same. And I haven't had Genmei Cha in a while, which is a green tea with a little rice in it. A little like pop rice. Which some people like, some people don't. I like it. This is a combination of both. Matcha, Genmei Cha, organic. I don't know how it's going to be. I wonder if it's going to be powdery or not. I don't want to open here because I might end up like exploding it all over the place. You know, when you're trying to open something. But I thought again, more chances to drink green tea. I miss having a nice matcha latte. I don't know if I'll make one with this, but either way. Okay, where are we? I'm trying to think. This one, I'm trying to remember what's in it. Well, they have, I think they tell you what's in it, which is good, because I wouldn't remember. I don't even know how to, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm sorry. I think this is Dutch, maybe? Naturally flavored rote groots. I know, whoever hears that is dying right now that knows the difference. But the ingredients are hibiscus, grapes, elderberries, blueberries, and natural flavor. This sounds really good for the immune system, which I could always have more of, and maybe when I drink it for an episode of a future episode, I will know how to pronounce it, and maybe I won't. And this is a fruit tea. Naturally flavored Cape Cod cranberry fruit tea. I am trying to put more cranberry in my life, so that's one of the reasons I got it. And I like the name, Cape Cod. I have never been to Cape Cod. I read a book a few months ago of that mystery book that took place. It was like a Sherlock Holmes bookshop. I gotta get the second book in that series somehow. There's cats and dogs in that one as well. And took place in Cape Cod. This has in it apple bits, hibiscus, and cranberries. Which sounds good, right? At least it does to me. I could also listen to the cranberries. Which now I get sad because of what's your name? Okay. Last but not least, because this is like the biggest package I got. Which I don't know why, but it was. don't know why this says green tea origin Germany. I don't think. Okay, now I'm weirded out. A lot of these say on them China, Japan. The cranberry one says Germany, and the unpronounceable one, maybe that is German. Origin Germany. So I'm dealing with a lot of German teas out of nowhere. But I don't know why this one is Origin Germany. But maybe am I overthinking? Because this is called Moroccan green mint tea. I am going to stay up all night thinking about this. No, I'm not. Because I'm not going to drink this right now. And I know I've told you guys this story that one year when I was in college, I bought some Moroccan mint tea from a shop. And I made a whole pot of it at night, not realizing that it had green tea in it. And I was just, which I don't need to be at night. Even now, like people say, oh yeah, but where are you going to go in the morning? And I'm like, no, I still want to maintain some sort of schedule. I'm already waking up way too late. But I just finished my last Moroccan green tea that I had that was old at this point. It was old. It was like, it was really getting to the point where the flavor was so little. So mild that it wasn't even worth it. So I finished that, and now I have this one, and I really hope that this tastes like the Moroccan tea that I've been craving for a while. And it's green and it's mint. It has all the things that I love. I don't know why its origin is Germany, but I will just maybe try not to overthink. So that is my haul so far. I love it. And let me know if you guys like any of these teas, if you have any wonderful experiences with any of these types of teas or any of these tea companies. I love talking about tea, I love talking about books, but today was specifically more of a tea discussion, although I did show you some books. So this is Catherine at Taking Tea with Catherine. Have a lovely tea and tea filled day.